Welcome back, my friends. So today I've got a little bit of a different one for you. My plans had kind of changed with this video. So yesterday I did a review of the PC Engine Mini and talked about Shimmer a little bit, specifically with R-Type, Lords of Thunder. It was pointed out to me that, hey, other options, there's no Shimmer on the PC Engine Mini. There is. So I tasked myself, plenty of others tasked me as well with testing this out, finding out like, hey, what does the shimmer look like on a bunch of different options? So I tested the PlayStation Classic. I got so many damn systems sitting over here. Where is it? The Raspberry Pi 4 with Damaso's 200 gigabyte image. Tested that out, playing these games. What else do I got? Man, it's a freaking clusterfuck of a mess. PC Engine Core Graphics, original hardware. Tested these games. Currently, what you see right now is if I can even pull it over here, is the, man, I'm dropping stuff. The Mr. FPGA goodness. We've got R-Type rolling back there. So it's kind of hard. Even in my video, people were like, I can't really see the shimmer. I can't see what you're talking about. I didn't really mean to harp on that and to really dwell on that issue, but it was brought up to me and I noticed it while I was recording my video. It was brought up to me prior to that. And Super Dimensional, he did some tests. I'm not sure what variables there are, but what he showed me, I saw smoothness and then I saw shimmer. Every option that I have tested, and I went through and tested this on multiple monitors, different, setups just to see, and I'm getting shimmer on every option other than original hardware. No shimmer here. Lower resolution though. I'm using a Rad 2X. But there was no shimmer like an R-Type, little ships at the bottom. I wasn't seeing no shimmer with original hardware. The rest of these options, yeah, I seen it. And does it bother me? Not really. It's freaking there. Is this just the way it's supposed to be? Maybe. It's emulation. Is it still enjoyable? Hells yes it is. I'm actually like, the more I look at this little thing, the more I'm like really happy I have it. Sure, like other mini classic systems that I have, Super Nintendo, NES, Sega Genesis, I have a closer fondness to the games, that are on those than I do with this, but there's still a handful of games I really love on this. But I have options. I have options to play these games. And that's what my channel is about, looking at options to kind of give you guys an idea of what's out there. I don't consider myself an elitist. There's plenty of people who are. They won't call themselves elitists. Some do, some don't. I think it's kind of a little dickish to call yourself an elitist. Like, what the hell is an elitist? Oh, I only play on original hardware on a PVM. I'm better than you. No, you're not. You're not better than anyone, dude. Even the people who are like, the Raspberry Pi's the best. You're not better than anybody. Nobody is. Nobody is. You want to know why? Because these are just damn video games. What are video games meant for? To pass time, to enjoy yourself, to have a little escape. And the current climate of this damn beer virus that's going on, people are losing their damn minds out there. Am I losing my mind? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I got to keep it together, right? But that's all anybody, like, even before any of this, there's a lot of dicks out there concerning video games, retro gaming. You look at current generation stuff, PS4, Xbox One, then the upcoming Xbox Series X, whatever it is, PS5. I always like PlayStation, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it simple for dumbasses like me, right? Nintendo and everybody else, they complicate things. Holy crap, Microsoft, what? But you see, even with those like gaming options, there's crazy mofos on every side of it. And it's the same thing with retro gaming. And it drives me nuts to an extent. I don't lose sleep over it. Like, I don't try to get into arguments with people over stuff like that, but it's just any kind of fandom, any kind of community, there's going to be toxic weirdos and stuff like that. And I just wanted to kind of rant on this a little bit because it just boils down to play your games any which way you want. The goal of my channel has been for the longest time to just share options because I love retro games. I love playing these games. I love chilling with this stuff, finding out what other options are out there. I started out obviously with original hardware back when I was a wee little pixel, right? And then like I grew up with like, well, I can't afford a Super Nintendo and a bunch of games, so let me trade or sell my NES I don't call it a NES or a SNES. I just don't. And my NES, my Super Nintendo, I had to trade, Nintendo games to get Super Nintendo games. Same thing when I had Atari 2600. Couldn't afford a bunch of NES games, so traded that stuff, sold that stuff to try to get some games here and there, right? So I grew up that way, like many people had. And over the years, you kind of hold on to that stuff. Like, man, I really want to play Super Mario. I really want to play Earthbound again. I want to play Super Metroid, that kind of stuff. And then you start looking at it like, man, let me get back into this. Then with the current, way things are with high def TVs, modern displays and whatnot, getting these old hardware, systems to play these retro games is kind of a bitch. Now, yeah, I have tons of options for retro consoles, and it's because it's like I like messing with that stuff and I like sharing options, but they're not the only options. They're expensive ass options. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I'll be honest with you, I would be just playing on this. This is what got me into YouTube was Raspberry Pi. Getting into this stuff and just having a blast with it. And I can't deny that. Like, RetroPie is an amazing, set of software and user interfaces and emulators and just options for you to play retro games. It's an amazing thing. This is a Pi 4, but we still have the Pi 3, and you can do tons of stuff with the Pi 3. Pi 4 kind of brings it, a little further out there. It's not real hardware, but it's still real games. So what the hell does it matter, right? There's going to be people who say otherwise, that one option is better than the next. That's a personal preference. That's subjective, right? I have all these options in front of me. If I were to go broke right now and I had to sell everything off, I'd be fully content with this. Even I would just sell this and keep my Pi 3 that I have. Play my NES games, play my Super Nintendo games, stuff I have a lot of nostalgia for. There is nothing wrong with emulation. We may see some small little issues comparing to original hardware, like this thing with Shimmer. I don't know. I hear, okay, with emulation, go integer scaling with your options, stuff like that. You'll eliminate Shimmer. Put your scan lines on there. You'll you'll mask the Shimmer. Stuff like that. Is the Shimmer a big deal? No, it's freaking not. It's not. I almost wish I didn't even bring it up, but I have to bring these things up to share actual information about these products I look at. I don't notice everything out there. You know what I mean? And I know I talk about input latency a lot because people harp on that stuff. People bring that stuff up to me all the time about input latency. And it's just like, okay, if it's just a poorly optimized emulator, the setup, everything is just horrible. The latency on the TV, just everything is shit. And I'm playing like Super Mario, I may notice there's some input latency. But for the most part, every option that I have between Raspberry Pi, playing emulation on my PC, playing those games on the Nintendo Switch, playing them on other modded hardware, playing them on the PlayStation Classic, Sega Genesis Classic, PC Engine Mini Classic, whatever the frick, every option, I don't care. It feels fine to me. I haven't really experienced too much in a way where it's like just straight not acceptable. And that's just the way it is, man. Find an option that works for you, that fits your budget. And I always say this because some people are like, oh my God, this costs $200 or this costs $100. Like, fuck that noise, right? And it's not always people who can't afford it. That's not even the issue. It's justification. And you justify for what your needs are, for what your desires are. I mean, do we need gaming? I guess some people could argue that we do, especially in times like this where it's like you're quarantined, you're stuck in your house, like wondering how you're gonna wipe your ass if you can't find toilet paper. Like, we have, a need, a desire for entertainment, and whatever form of gaming, retro gaming, current generation gaming, who gives a shit? Whatever gaming platform, whatever medium, whatever form of console that you choose to game on is 100% fine. Nobody cares. And if somebody does care, they're a piece of shit. If somebody tells you that your option of playing a game is the wrong way, distance yourself from them. Because either they're elitist and they think they're higher than everybody else, or they have a product to sell. That's all it boils down to. A product to sell, or they have a big ass head. They think they're better than others, and they're not. You play on a CRT, you play with original hardware, You play on the Raspberry Pi, you play on a PlayStation Cloud, you play on a PC, you play on an original Xbox. Doesn't freaking matter. None of those options are better than the others. It's up to you to decide. And that's it, man. I'm like just thinking about this a lot lately, not just with the PC Engine stuff, with people talking about the shimmer and all that nonsense, but just in general, because I really enjoy what I do with talking about retro gaming and talking about options out there. And a lot of people understand what it is I do. I have my preferences with certain things, but I enjoy these options and I enjoy sharing them with you guys. And I hope to continue doing that far long into the future, testing things out. You know, I test things that I just think I won't even like and I wind up liking. I test things that I think I'm gonna like and I wind up hating. It's a mixed bag, and it's just the way it is. And I just want to share those experiences. They're my opinions, my experiences, my thoughts. I just want to share that with you guys. So, hey, appreciate y'all. It's been a while since I've just done a video where I just sit here and talk some shiz, but I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, thumb butt, boom, and bye. Peace out. Boom.